everyone, Morgan here, back with another Battle for Zendikar release pack per win Swiss draft. I think I've posted one already by this point. I'm not quite sure. But I'm recording one, so we're going to get started pretty quick here, and I'll see you then. Okay, so we have two blue-black bombs, which is kind of awkward, but one is a foil mythic. So, I mean, my pick is pretty easy. Passing a Fathom Feeder, which I'm pretty sure is a good card. So yeah, this is basically a 5/7 for 6 that says your opponents can't play lands, although if you do manage to make it, ramp it out, it's pretty good. I'm going to take it, because then if you ramp it out, your opponents probably have to play lands, and then then you get to draw cards. So, fairly good. Fathom Feeder, again, kind of unfortunate that I'm passing it. There's a complete disregard in this pack, and a Drawn as Emissary as well, that are both very good. But yeah, Sire of Stagnation. 3, 4, 5, 6 lands. Okay. Perfect. Interesting pick here. There is a Skitterskin. It can't block, but you can pay 2 to regenerate it. Violet Aggregate is probably better than it. Its power is equal to the number of colors creatures you control, and 5 toughness is insane. There's also a Mist Intruder here, which is a really reliable way of ingesting. Violet Aggregate also has ingest, which is really hard to miss, because if you'll notice, like, all of the the devoid creatures have infinite text on them. I think I'm just going to take the Mist Intruder over the Violet Aggregate and the Skitterskin, though. I like having the early drops, and it stays within the color spectrum of Sire of Stagnation. Here I'm going to take Coastal Discovery over Blighted Fen. Blighted Fen is pretty good. There's also another Mist Intruder and a Sheer Drop in this pack, but pretty happy getting a Mana War. So, the way that I classify Awaken cards in my curve is I take their Awaken cost and add 1, because that's the amount of mana that you need to awaken something and then attack with it. So just so you guys are aware, here there is a Culling Drone, which is a 2/2 ingest for 2, and there's also an Incubator Drone, which makes an Eldrazi Scion, and a Kozilek's Channeler, which is 1 more expensive than Incubator Drone but makes another creature. It's kind of a tough choice. I think Kozilek's Channeler is just the best because it's a 4/4, which is pretty big in this format. So, gonna take it. We're shaping up to be kind of a rampy big mana deck. And because of that, I think I just take Breaker of Armies here, and kind of hope to get a few more mana accelerants. Here, given our quantity of big fatties in our deck, I'm just gonna take the Titan's Presence. Bone Splinters is pretty good. We need more Scion generators, though, in order for Bone Splinters to be good. Titan's Presence seems fairly good in our deck already, and if we can get a few more high power devoid guys, then I think we'll be pretty well off. So, there's not a lot of good blue or black in this pack. However, Courier Griffin is really good, so I'm going to take that with an eye towards, I don't know, splashing Sire of Stagnation, I suppose. We'll see. Here, definitely just taking the Coral Helm Guide. Not really in the market for a 7 mana removal spell quite yet. Coral Helm Guide is pretty good, especially with creatures like Breaker of Armies and Sire of Stagnation, because it does just get your creatures in there, which is really good. Here, between the Wavewing Elemental and the Scour from Existence, I think I do want the Scour of Existence this time, but mostly because there wasn't a lot of other good stuff in that pack. and I will certainly replace it if I have the capability of doing so, which I really hope I do. So a lot of the cheap ingest guys didn't wheel, but Dampening Pulse did. Dampening Pulse is really good in this format. I found it's incredibly annoying because suddenly your 2/2s can block their 2/2s and just not die. And, you know, don't get me started on if they have like creatures where their power is already less than their toughness. So pretty good. Just taking the Felidar Cub there as a, cheap creature. Although I really would like more colorless creatures because that's what makes Titan's Presence good. Looking pretty good so far. I'm gonna take the Blighted Step. Blighted Step is actually pretty relevant. Oh, Life Spring Druid. Maybe I should play green. If I'm gonna get, mana fixing. Although, one of the things that I needed to learn when I started playing Magic, you don't splash for mana fixing. Oh man, somebody took the land from that pack. Interesting pick here. There is a Sludge Crawler, which is a great ingest creature. Merc Strider, also, it's a fine way to use your ingested cards. There's also a Conduit of Ruin, though, which is a 6/6 for 6, or 5/5 for 6 that gets me like a Breaker of Armies, which seems pretty good. So I'm gonna take it. Put it with my Sire of Stagnation. Alright, so we have another Foil Eldrazi in this pack. This time it's Brood Butcher, which is pretty good. Like, my blue right now isn't super strong, so I could see playing like black-green splashing blue for Coastal Discovery and Sire of Stagnation. But there's also a Grip of Desolation. Grip of Desolation is an excellent removal spell. It's great in decks where you want to process things, where I don't really have any of those yet, but I could. So I think I'm going to pass the Brood Butcher in favor of the Grip of Desolation, which I'm pretty happy just playing regardless. Here there is a Dominator Drone, which I should probably be taking just because of the Titan's Presence. There's also a Spawning Bed, which could also be really good, but I think I just want the drone. Like, Titan's Presence is a good removable spell in the right deck, and the goal right now is to be that deck. Here, there's a Colostria Healer, but for some reason I thought this was the other one that drains. It's not. In that case, I'm just going to take the Incubator Drone. When it enters the battlefield, you put a 1/1 Scion onto the battlefield, so pretty decent. There's also a Salvage Drone, but I think I'd rather just have the Incubator Drone. Here, the best card in the pack is Sheer Drop, so I'm going to take it. Got a lot of high mana spells, so I should probably stop that, but it's a pretty interesting deck so far. Alright, here we go. There is an Adverse Conditions, which is fairly good in a deck like this where you want to stall as long as possible, so pretty happy taking it. Not a lot going on in this pack. I'm gonna take the Sanctum of Ugin. We're just gonna be playing the big spells deck. Although, like right now, my only big spells technically are Scour from Existence and Coastal or Breaker of Armies. Damn technicalities. Ooh, Perfect. So, Rune Processor is very good. It's just really good. I'm kind of tempted to take it, but I'd like to get the culling drone so I can get my ingest on really early. And yeah, so Rune Processor, very good. Take it when you can. I'm probably not going to play as Lifesbringer Druid, let's be honest. But culling drone I think is a little bit more important in this deck, especially since I have like, well, these are technically lower than I have them right now, but still kind of big. I'm gonna take this Gideon's approach. I would not begrudge splashing white for removal at this point. Here I could take the Rush of Ice, I guess. I think I'd rather have the natural connection though. Just there's not a lot going on in this pack. Maybe we are playing green. I don't know. We'll see in the next pack. Jeez, red was super open. Get that out of there. Don't need to be beaten down for 4 early. And salvage drone wield. Sweet. Got on that salvage drone game. People keep taking my cards. I don't like it. I'm gonna take this Dispel. That's the best sideboard card. And by cards, I mean basic lands. No, stop. Okay, so here we have a lot of good options. There's a Benthic Infiltrator, which is one of the better blue ingest guys. There's a Canopy Vista, which I don't even know how much that card is worth. So let's find out. It's worth $4. Do I still want it? Probably. And I mean, if we end up playing like more green and splash, that's probably not gonna happen, but it seems useful. For example, if we wanted to play Exert Influence in this deck, which, yeah, we totally do. I'm gonna take it. We're gonna try this deck. We're gonna try this card. Let's go. Oh, perfect. Alright, so we're gonna take this Horribly Awry. Counter target creature spell with converted mana cost 4 or less. It's great in the early game. We're gonna get these out of here. But yeah, great in the early game. So happy to have it. There's another Kozilek's Channeler, which is pretty good, and a Gideon's Reproach. But yeah, we want that. Oh wow. So I'm taking this Windrider Patrol because this card is insane. There's also a Benthic Infiltrator, which I'm kind of sad to be passing, but yeah. Or just kidding. Wow. Royal Spout is really good, but Benthic Infiltrator is more in my colors, technically. Dark Creature Episode Library. Yeah, I think I just want the Benthic Infiltrator. Although there's, like, given how many we've been passed, there's a chance they might wheel. So we have an interesting choice here. Ulamog's Nullifier is a sweet counterspell. Clutch of Currents, and I think we have enough ingest guys early to get it going. Hedron Archive is obviously just really good. It's a nice form of ramp. They're both at 4. Clutch of Currents is pretty decent as well. And then there's, little Culling Drone. I think it's either Hedron Archive, Ulamog's Nullifier, or Clutch of Currents. And I think Nullifier wins because A, it's a flyer, and B, it can be revealed to Titan's Presence, although, let's be honest, that's a little bit counterproductive to having a Mystic Snake in your hand. Wow. Again, a lot of options. There's a Foil Island, first of all. Secondly, there is another Benthic Infiltrator. There's also a Dominator Drone and a Deathless Behemoth, which might be the pick. Like, that card is better than Conduit of Ruin, even. There's also, yeah, I think it's between the first 3 cards. You know, it might just be the benthic infiltrator. Oh, shit. Well, that was awkward. What? This is ridiculous. There's so many benthic infiltrators. You know what? I'm gonna gamble on wheeling one of these. I'm gonna take this Dominator drone. Incubator drone wheeled, so I think I'm just, yeah, that's pretty reasonable pick there. Anticipate is fine. I'm not gonna take the Mindraker. What? I mean, yeah. Land. So, I kind of missed the boat there on, like, a second benthic infiltrator, but that's fine. I'll be okay. I'll survive. Myers, Malice, sure. Yeah, 3 quality cards. Didn't get any of them. Oops. Also, fun fact, the event decks don't come with full art lands, which is BS. So, I could splash... Oh, what?! This card is insane! Okay, well... I think it's insane. So I want these guys. Clutch of Currents goes over. So I play the Canopy Vista if I play the Exert Influence, but right now I don't think I do. Like, it would have been fun, but I don't think it's reasonable in this deck anymore. Probably not playing Scour. I think I have enough colorless creatures here. Let's see, 1, 2. Oh, this one isn't colorless. This one isn't colorless. Yeah, I have plenty of colorless creatures to make Titan's Presence reasonable. I need one more cut, I guess. It might just be one of these incubator drones. Yeah, we'll cut an incubator drone. I'm not going to play the Canopy Vista. I am going to play the Sanctum of Ugin, though. No, wait, why am I doing that? Colorless spell. Oh, it's only one of them. Okay, never mind. I would have played it if I was playing, say, like, another... Like, if I was playing green. Yeah, we're just going to say if I was playing green and I had, like, a deck similar to this, I'd play it. But I'm not. So, yeah, we're going to add some basics. 10-8 seems right. Or we could just go 9 and 9, which is not unreasonable. I want blue and black both early. So, yeah, we're going to submit, and I'll see you in round 1.